Hello, so today I want to talk about how you can start your tombrown business at home and make lots of money from it. Okay, so if you are looking forward to starting a tombrown business, and of course you need to watch this video from start to finish. If you are new to this channel, my name is Nima Nambe and this is Nima's TV, and here on this channel we talk about everything business, okay, and how to make money in Ghana or in Africa. So for businesses and business ideas, this is the channel that you need to subscribe to. Okay, so of course today we are talking about tombrown business, and yes, how to start tombrown business. So first of all, if you want to start tombrown business, that means you have seen that there is something in this tombrown business that is making people rich and is providing value to the people. So that is why you want to start the business, right? And yes, you are in the right place to start tombrown business, because tombrown business is actually a side hustle that I am doing and I'm grateful for it. Okay, so first of all, if you want to start tombrown business, you need to know how to produce tombrown. There are two people that deal in tombrown business or two ways in which you can deal in tombrown business. Okay, you can be the sole producer of tombrown, or you can also retail tombrown. Okay, so for me, I do tombrown from scratch. I produce it and I sell it. Okay, but we also have a group of people that are solely retailers. They get the tombrown powder and they sell it. That is, they are also in tombrown business, right? For the purpose of today's video, we are going to talk about production. Okay, like those who want to produce the powder by themselves, and also how to sell it, how to start this business from scratch. Okay, so the first point is that you need to know how to produce tombrown. So I have a ton of videos on how to produce different type of tombrown in this same channel. Okay, so how to produce tombrown. So there are basically different type of tombrown. For you to be able to sell your tombrown, you have to know how to produce it, and there are a lot of recipes for tombrown. We have the original tombrown mix, we have the date and tiger tombrown mix, we have other cereal mixed tombrown. So you need to learn which particular one that you want to produce. You need to know how to produce it, and that is the first point. So the second thing that is very important if you want to start tombrown business at home is capital. You understand? How much do you want to invest in this tombrown business? Okay, it's very important. But with the capital, you need to also tell yourself, are you going to produce it in small quantities, or you are going to produce it in large quantity? That will inform you about how much capital you need. Okay, so in order for you to invest in this tombrown business with the capital, also you need to know how much tombrown items cost. You have to go into the market and know how much each ingredient costs. Okay, that will tell you whether you want to do it in large quantity, maybe in a moderate proportion, or you're going to do it in a small quantity. Okay, and that will inform you how much capital you need to start this tombrown business. Okay, so I had a lot of people calling me from different places asking me how much I buy my cereals to produce my tombrown. Okay, so it depends where I am. I'm in the northern part of Ghana. The tombrown ingredient might not be that expensive as compared to the southern part of Ghana, since a lot of people do buy the ingredients from north. Okay, yeah, some of the grains from north, not all the grains though, some of the grains from north. Okay, so it depends. Some people are even in Nigeria and they want to produce tombrown. Okay, and I guess some of the cost of items in Nigeria is less expensive than in Ghana. Okay, I watched a couple of videos, and then how much they bought their ingredients was less as compared to Ghana cities. Okay, so yes, you need to know how much capital you have to invest. So guys, so with the capital, how much are you going to be needing for this tombrown? You need to also make your research and know whether you're going to produce in large quantity or you're going to produce in small quantity, and even the type of tombrown that you are going to produce is going to inform you how much money you need to start. Because if it is the one that involves the date and tiger nut, of course date and tiger nut and maybe coconut, all these things are a little more expensive. I mean expensive if you are going to be adding them to your tombrown powder. So the next point is target markets. Okay, so target markets. Who are you going to sell your tombrown to? I think I made a video about the same topic, how to start your tombrown business at home some few years ago, and I didn't talk much about target audience, okay, or target market. Okay, so target market. Who are you going to sell your tombrown powder to? Who are you intending to sell this product that you are going to prepare to? Okay, so let's say that there's a type of tombrown that is made for children or babies starting from the age of 6 months. So your target audience or target market for that particular type of tombrown should be new mothers, okay, parents that have children 6 months and to 2 years. Then it will inform you about the type of tombrown also to prepare. Okay, so if your target market is also workers or people in their offices, you need to know how to package your tombrown powder. Okay, it's very, very important. I'll talk about packaging later in the video, but then your target market also have to inform you about a lot of things. Okay, so you need to know who you are going to sell the tombrown to. That is about target market. Please give us a thumbs up if you are new on this channel. So another point is how to get customers. Okay, so are you going to get customers online or is going to be offline? Okay, so usually if you are to get customers online, you know the kind of market strategies to use, you know the type of market strategies to use. Okay, yes, presentation, process of production, or even packaging is very important. As I mentioned, that we'll be talking about packaging later in the video. So as I talk about how you get your customers, okay, so what I did initially is to actually advertise my tombrown products based online and then offline. So the online, I just post pictures and videos of how I produce my tombrown and pictures of flyers and telling people that I sell tombrown, these types of tombrown. I mean, 2 different type of tombrown suiting 2 different market group or market targeted market. You understand? People that is going to just reach into their heart, knowing that you are the one I want to sell the tombrown to. Okay, the tombrown is specifically made for a group of people, though everybody can take it, but you have to produce your tombrown in which is going to give you, this is the customer that you want to buy your tombrown. Okay, because there's a particular tombrown that when you produce, there's no way a person will not be able to resist it. There's no way that your target customer will be able to resist it, because the ingredients and the process in which you produce the tombrown, the person will not be able to resist your tombrown because it's specifically made for that customer. That is how you get your tombrown. Okay, so in advertising your tombrown or how to get customers, apart from the specification of your tombrown, you need to advertise your tombrown online, you need to advertise it offline, and you are going to get a lot of people. I mean, you are going to get a lot of customers, people who are going to be interested in your product. Okay, so that is about your customer or how to get customers. Okay, and in another way I get customers is to give them samples. Okay, when I started my business, I gave samples out. I work in the hospital, so I had to serve some samples to my colleagues at work, and also especially those whom I think are potential customers. Okay, like as I mentioned earlier, mothers. Okay, mothers or women who are having children, my colleagues who are having children at home, and I know that at least they'll enjoy the tombrown. I give them samples to try. Okay, they try this tombrown, and if it is very nice, yes, getting your customers is very important, and enticing your customers is very, very important. Okay, to be able to attract more customers, so that if one person comes to buy tombrown from you or your product from you, he should be able to come back, because the kind of enticement that you are going to give to your customer, the customer should be able to come back and buy that product from you for the second time again. Okay, so yes, that is about how to get customers. Another thing that you need to know if you are starting to prepare tombrown or to start your tombrown business at home is how to store your tombrown, or how your tombrown can last longer. Okay, so I usually store my tombrown in tight fitting containers. Okay, so I think you can see a picture of a container here. I'll put a picture here. Like, you are going to seal your tombrown very tight, and then you seal it. Okay, you seal it very well. The air is not going to enter into your container. Or if you are packaging in ziploc bags, you make sure that you are using a very nice ziploc bag, that your tombrown is not going to be exposed. Sometimes when you expose a tombrown, it's just like exposing milk powder. You see how it becomes when you expose milk powder. You are not putting it in a tight fitted container. You see how milk powder becomes. That is how your tombrown is going to spoil. It won't last long if you expose it like that, if air enters. Okay, so it has to be stored in a tight fitting container or a ziploc bag very well. Okay, and kept in a cool dry place. Okay, yes, for it to last long. And also, as to talking about how your tombrown can last long, of course, if you are producing in large quantity, you will want to store your tombrown so that it will last longer. Okay, so talking about your tombrown lasting longer, the process of production is very important. I want to talk about process of production, but I think I'll just talk about the process of production right now, because it has to do with how your tombrown is going to stay longer. Okay, so I made a video about how to prevent your tombrown from spoiling earlier, or how to keep your tombrown last longer, and all I mentioned is about the ingredients. Okay, because you don't want to overwhelm your tombrown with a lot of groundnut. If groundnut is one of your main ingredients, or if groundnut is one of the ingredients that you are using to produce the tombrown, you don't have to overwhelm it with a lot of groundnut, because if you do that, the tombrown is not going to last longer, it's going to spoil. And another thing I mentioned in that video is the processing. Okay, the processing, like how you wash your ingredients, how you dry them, how you toast them, and how you make everything very dry before it is sent to the grinding mill, before you grind it into fine powder. Okay, that is one of the things that you also have to take note in order for your tombrown to last longer, apart from you storing it in cool dry places in a tight fitting containers and all that. Your tombrown will last longer. Okay, so you have to put all this in at the back of your mind when you are starting to produce your tombrown powder. So moving on, we are going to talk about packaging. Okay, I don't know why I'm whispering today, I'm not shouting. We are going to talk about packaging. Look, this channel is all about business and how to make money. Me, anything about business that I think is going to help you guys, I will come out and then share to you guys. Okay, so tombrown business is actually making me feel good, so why don't I share to you guys so that you guys can also benefit? Okay, so packaging, as I said, packaging is one of the things that is going to let you have good customers that are always coming back to buy your tombrown again. Okay, packaging is very important. It's going to like kind of feed the eyes of your customers, your first time customers, because like they've not tasted the product yet, but then the packaging is going to feed their eyes first. That is what they are going to see first before they will patronize your tombrown. So make your packaging on point, make your packaging top notch. Okay, so packaging is very important. I do package mine, as I mentioned, in tight fitting containers or in ziploc bags, and I do a very beautiful sticker, and then I put on those containers and those ziploc bags, and that gives it a very enticing view. The product is very enticing, even though they have not yet tasted it. It's very important. Okay, so make sure you do your packaging very well if you are starting your small scale tombrown business at home. Okay, this is an advice from an expert, because I do tombrown at home as my side hustle. Okay, so yes, that is about packaging. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is pricing. Okay, so you'll be like, okay, now if I do all this and I produce my tombrown and I do everything, how much am I going to price the tombrown? Okay, just like getting to know the cost of your ingredients, I bet you need to do some research. Yeah, so like if you're going to price your tombrown, or say apart from doing research to know how much tombrown costs in the market, you also have to take note of the amount that you use in the whole process of production. Okay, your whole process of production. So the cost of ingredients and the whole process of production is very very necessary in order for you to price your tombrown product. Okay, so you have to take note, how much money did you use in buying all the ingredients? How much fuel did you use in toasting? Did you pay some people to come and help you in the production process? You have to take note of all that. Okay, do you have workers that you need to pay? You have to take note of all that. Are you doing it personally? You have to take note of all that, and then add all expenses in the process of production. Okay, and then you come out with the sum total, and then see if you are to pay somebody for this particular work that they are doing, how much will you pay them? If you are the one doing it by yourself, then pay yourself through it and now price your tombrown. Aside that, you have to compare it with the price of your competitors. You have to compare it with the type of ingredients that your competitors are using and the type of ingredients that you are using, and compare the price as well. If you are somebody who is also doing it in large quantities, and people are coming to retail from you, they'll buy bulk from you and they are going to resell it, you have to take note of that, because you can't sell it the same price as the way people are selling it in the market, because those coming to buy from you in bulk are also going to resell it, so you can't sell it the same price. Okay, so take note of all this and do your proper pricing, because prices do change. I cannot come here and tell you sell this quantity of tombrown for this particular price. No, it is not done that. You have to do your homework very well. Okay, so I think this video is a little longer. I don't want it to go a little more longer than this. Thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful, do well to share this video. Comment below if you are going to start your tombrown business, and when are you going to start, which particular type of tombrown are you going to start with. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.